Hello students. In last lecture we studied about fertilizers and irrigation system of our crop. We studied these two topics for crop production management, or you can say to increase our crop production. So there is one or two things left for crop production management which we are going to study in this lecture. First one is cropping patterns. Cropping patterns means there are many different ways of growing crops which can be used for our maximum benefit. Means once in a year, maybe on the same land of field, you can grow 2 or 3 different varieties of crop in a year. Like first we grow wheat in winter, in summer we take break, in monsoon there is sugar cane, before monsoon it can be cotton. So you may be aware of this, that in our side also, in our Gujarat state, most of farmers use 2 or 3 different varieties to grow in a same year. So this is known as cropping patterns. There are many other cropping patterns also. Mainly there are 3 which we are going to study. It is mixed cropping, intercropping and crop rotation. This is 2 or 3 different varieties after each other in the same year is known as crop rotation. But mixed cropping is growing 2 or more crops simultaneously on the same piece of land. For example, wheat plus gram or wheat plus mustard, they can be grown together. If this is the piece of land, one row can be of wheat, another of gram, again wheat, gram, wheat, gram. This is mixed cropping. And likewise there is intercropping. It is also growing 2 or more crops simultaneously on the same field in definite pattern. This figure of intercropping is given in your textbook as figure 15.2. In intercropping you can use, for example, soybean plus maize, or finger millet, that is our bajra plus cowpea. This can be grown all together in the same piece of land simultaneously. This will allow them, if this soybean and maize, there are the 2 crops, they require totally different kind of nutrients. Means nutrients which are necessary for maize are not necessary for soybean. So this will allow these crops to use maximum nutrients present in soil, because both of them need different nutrients. So soil will be utilized fully for our nutrient use in crops. So this way these cropping patterns are helpful: intercropping or mixed cropping or crop rotation. For crop rotation we must have a pre-plan. Means in monsoon we are going to grow sugar cane, after that we are going to grow wheat, and after that we are going to grow cotton. So this should be pre-planned in crop rotation. By this 2 or 3 crops can be grown in a year with good harvest. So this will allow a farmer to use maximum of their land. So this was cropping pattern. Now we will study how to protect our crop under crop protection management. to this we are studying about crop production management, in which we have studied manure, fertilizers, irrigation and cropping patterns. Lastly, now we will study how we can protect our crop once it is harvesting, or it is being stored, or it is being grown still on the field. It can be protected in different ways, and we will also going to study what are the factors from which we are going to protect our crop. Generally, our crop is infested by three different factors. First is weed. What is weed? It is unwanted crop or grass, because we are cropping in a land, so land will allow different weed also to grow. It will give this weed also the nutrient present in soil. So first is weed. Second is insects. Generally, insects pest attack the plant for their nutrition, for their own goods, but it is not good for us because it will decrease our plant production, our yield. And lastly, it is disease. So we will study each of these. First starts with weed. Weeds are unwanted plants, as I said, in our field, cultivated field. Examples of weed which are given in your textbook are xanthium, parthenium. Parthenium is carrot, common carrot, and there are many other, but you just remember two, it will be enough. These are example of weed which are grown in our cultivated field, which are not desired by us. It will take the nourishment which is meant to be given to our crop, so this is harmful for our crop. It will reduce the growth of crop, so this removal of weed is important. This can be prevented in many ways. It can be removed mechanically, like from different workers, they can remove mechanically from their hand this weed present in our cultivated field, or it can be prevented by proper sowing. When we plant the seed for the next crop, if it is proper, and the crop rotation is also helpful in our weed control. Now insects. Generally, insects, they attack plant in three ways. Either they will cut our root, stem or branches. Either they will suck our cell sap from plant, means they will suck out the cell ingredients of our plant. Or either they will go into our fruits or stem. They will bore into fruit, like you may have aware that many times when you buy fruit from any market, there are many insects present inside the fruit, so they will destroy our crop. So generally, the insects, they work in these three methods. They will cut our root, they will suck out the cell sap present in our plant tissues, or they will bore into fruits and stem and destroy our product. So this is also harmful. This can be prevented by use of pesticides, because these insects are pest. It is harmful for us. Generally, they are called as pest. Weed is also a kind of pest because it is harmful. Insect are also kind of pest, and disease is also in some way it is also a pest. So these pesticides, these are chemicals which are sprayed on our plant, so it will kill the pesticides or pest insects present in our plant. These are harmful also, but this beneficial effects is economically good for us. That's why we use these pesticides. But excessive use of these chemicals is also harmful for soil, for our crop, etc. And last one is disease. Generally disease are caused by bacteria, fungi and viruses. These are the main biological agents which will start a disease in our plant. So this can also be prevented by use of fungicides, which is a kind of pesticide. Generally bacteria, fungi, virus, they can be come in our contact with plants by air, soil or water. If these are contaminated, they can produce a disease in our plant, but use of fungicides will prevent our plant from getting these diseases. So these are the three main factors from which our crop should be protected, and I have also said the preventive measures which should be taken against this pest. So lastly, now we have produced our crop by using manure, fertilizers, by proper irrigation, by protecting it from this waste. Now finally last stage is storage. Once the crop is harvested, the huge amount of this crop production is stored in warehouses, where there should be also some protection, because when it is being stored, there is also some loss after some time. It can be due to insects, due to rodents means mouse, due to fungi, due to mites and bacteria. These are the factors which can affect the grains or seed which are stored in our warehouses. So this can also reduce our crop production in storage phase. So this can be, the storage loss can also happen because of inappropriate moisture and temperature of our warehouse where these are stored. Temperature and moisture can also affect our stored grains, or it can degrade our quality. The loss of weight can happen. Poor germinability means if the seeds are being stored, the germinability means when once this seed is sowed in next land, it should grow proper. But if it is not given perfect moisture and temperature, this seed will not germinate. So this all can lead to poor marketability, means the farmer will not get its proper money if these stored grains or seeds are not healthy. So this should also be prevented. Let us see how this can be prevented. This can be done before preservation. If the grains or seeds are going to be preserved in any warehouse, they should clean first. So cleaning of our product, they should be cleaned. After that, proper drying should be there in sunlight and after while in shade, so moisture will be decreased, because after cleaning it should be dried properly. And after that, fumigation should be done. Fumigation means again using chemicals. The chemicals will be sprayed on our product. This fumigation will kill the pest. So this way our store product will remain as it is up to a very long period of time. So this is last topic of crop protection management, that is storage of grains. The unit test which will be going to held on Tuesday, unit test 5th. So in that unit test, from this chapter only which I have taught up to this will be asked. No further topics will be asked in this test. So you should prepare up to this only. The next topic, animal husbandry and any other topic remaining of this chapter, will not be asked in this unit test. Please do note this. Thank you.